Welcome, Scorpio. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, and I pulled for you the Three of Wands for your April overall general energy. This is describing a way that you're setting something up. What it is you're setting up is essentially a way to provide a service. This can be anything from working towards better health, better neighborhood, integration, some kind of activism. But you're putting together people, ideas, and resources in a way that has you a little bit excited about how things are going to work out. It's not as though you have a defined destination. You may have goals, but you're putting together a variety of strategies as well as individuals or groups in order to work collaboratively together towards a goal. So this is going to require for you some new habits and routines, things that you hope to routinize in your life and for others involved as a way of promoting a goal or a new way of doing things. This is a general reading, Scorpio, so it isn't going to resonate for all of you. If you're interested in a personal reading, information for that is in the description box below. And I welcome all of you that are new and familiar with me, and I deeply appreciate the time that you are taking with me today. So, for your social identity and the way that others see you, the Emperor is absolutely resonating with the Scorpios I know. This is customarily identified with Aries. I just don't see this as an Aries card. I think it's associated with Aries because this is the boss energy. This is the head of the organization and the one who innovates and gives orders. And actually, the Emperor is about the realization of goals through experience. So the Emperor is one who is very experienced, who has earned the ability to manage a large organization or group of people. This is not a newbie. You're not a newbie. You've done what you're doing before. You have a long history of whatever experience or skills you're bringing to bear on a community or an organization. This doesn't need to be a corporation or an employment or professional organization of any sort. This can be on any group or team that you're a part of. But you're definitely someone who listens, who knows how to manage the resources that you have and to strategize with those resources and relationships in order to reach a goal on behalf of others. So there's a kind of selflessness about the Emperor's ultimate ability to release control of things they can't control. This is not about micromanaging the people that you work with or who work for you. This is about investing in them so that you are able to delegate the tasks that need to be delegated and reserve your energies to control your response, your authority, your mandate, your instructions to others. I hope I'm making that distinction clear. But this is you being the boss of yourself, your own sovereignty, your life. You have created the reality you experience, and you understand your ability to continue to do so. That ability to experience the reality you want, you're extending into the world so that organization of others like you is helping to shape the reality that we experience in our social spheres. In the first house, the Queen of Cups. How absolutely lovely and how very softening to the energy that the Emperor can express. The Emperor can come across as wise and old, uh, certainly powerful, but here's a softer side that you're able to share on the regular. This is your mindset. It is one of listening. So you're amplifying the Emperor's best leadership qualities, the ability to listen, to allow others to participate in uh, the work, the decisions about the work that they do. And so, in that way, you see yourself as managing a force rather than as leading a force. And this is important because you are honoring your own best skills and experience in uh, trusting that others have thoughts, opinions, and skills in order to manage the work that's required of you as a team. And that assumes that others have a desire to improve, to share from the same place of love and service provision that you're coming from. But it is the actual working together of the organization that makes you feel good, that honors your heart and gives your heart's directive a place to go in the world that extends beyond you. And this is loving the world. In the fourth house, the house of your foundation, your family, your roots, your home life, the Three of Pentacles, another three. Threes are powerful numbers of creation. It is also the number of the artist. And the Empress is actually title or Empress of the path of creativity. This is creativity from love. And here you are joined with others to make something beautiful. So there's a kind of interesting multiple level to the organizing and the setting up that you are creating right now, that you're orchestrating. Here, what you're committed to create, what is at your foundation is excellence, is a value for others, a resource, a tool, something practical that others can use to gain, to use their own resources better, to appreciate something that you've created that is an improvement on something that exists already. This is about coming together with other kinds of expertise, but you're all similarly aligned. So this is building something beautiful. In the seventh house, the house of your significant others, the Ten of Swords shows the underbelly of uh, the effort that you've made to clear space for this new opportunity to create and develop something beautiful. It has required you to release an entire set of beliefs and expectations of others that you have consistently, I don't even think you conformed with them, as at times this card can indicate the exhaustion from trying to fill the obligations to others. I actually think that you have long stopped trying to conform but are now ready to release perhaps the guilt, perhaps the sense of abandoning those who you believe trained you, infused in you a set of beliefs that they believed would protect you. Even if that wasn't the case, you are not throwing out the baby with the bathwater, if that makes sense. You still honor and appreciate that loved ones cared enough to try to protect you, even if that protection was inappropriate for you, not a match for you. But this feels to me like you're abandoning the idea of struggle, the idea of not fitting in, the idea of not being a part of. And you're now recognizing that you're a part of something that is a match for you, and that you've made the space by surrendering all the uncomfortable emotions and beliefs that you were a bad person for not following the breadcrumbs of your parents or your teachers or whoever tried their best to groom you into another set of beliefs that were not designed for you. But this release is actually allowing you to feel the power of your own skill set, gifts, and creativity. If this reading is resonating with you, Scorpio, please like this video and subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. I pulled the Love card. I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. And I do think this has a lot to do with your ability to release not simply the beliefs, but the guilt about not conforming. It isn't not conforming that you feel bad about. It's that it might have hurt those who you believe meant it for your good. And you're releasing those feelings because you were never going to conform to that way. If you conformed, it was a failure for you. And rather than identify yourself as the rebel, the one who just couldn't follow the way everybody else did, there's a lot of love you still feel for those who just didn't know what was best for you, got you as far as they could, and then you accept that. But there's a feeling perhaps that you betrayed someone who you just simply couldn't follow. And I think you're in embracing your love for those individuals that tried to protect you. You are accepting all of you and surrendering to the reality that you were able to make your own way, a way that feels good to you. And in that, you are accepting your whole self while you are releasing this allegiance to something that wasn't intended for your own good. In the first house, the Queen of Cups is clarified by the Strength card. Given what I've just said, I do believe that this ability to stay in the love with those that you had to diverge from, that you had to move away from, that you've identified as not moving along the lines of your best interests, you have persevered. In fact, you persevered through a lot of disapproval, is what I'm picking up at this time. A lot of folks that were or are not a part of your current circle, not a part of your current life, but that existed in your life, perhaps in your family of origin, your culture, cultural heritage, or environment that disapproved of actions of yours. And this can be anything from, I don't know, crossing some kind of cultural boundary. Not, if you're a female, not marrying, not being straight, divorcing. It can be something like that that required you to just Stick to what you know was best for you. And this wasn't easy. This has required you to have complete faith and trust in your own principles, what you stand for, despite the derision or the unkindness of others who mocked your choices and decisions. In the fourth house, the Three of Pentacles is clarified by the Ace of Wands. Yes. This is, again, I'm feeling like a lot of this is about realignment with your whole self. And by that I mean, as we release certain aspects of our experience, we don't reject them or abandon them. Releasing them means we've surrendered to them. We no longer give them the power that they once had over our lives. And in that way, the release is gentle. It is not a rejection of any part of you or your experience. And this is important in this particular moment, that you accept all parts of you, and that you understand that in the acceptance of all of you, you are moving into a new version of yourself that is whole, that resonates as whole, that resonates as complete. This is in some ways about the release of the struggle, the sadness, the damage that you have experienced, and the faith that truly working through and with those negative experiences, those shameful emotions, the guilt, you are actually more whole, more complete, and uh, exhibiting, modeling unconditional love, which is the love that we give to others, but many of us have difficulty truly giving to ourselves. So this is about this unconditional love that is powering your ability now to collaborate in new and powerful ways. In the seventh house, the house of your significant relationships, the Ten of Swords is clarified by the Nine of Wands. This is about trying something over and over again in the same way. So you have been working at a full explication of your expression and your gifts. Because of the scorpionic nature and your ability to go deep, deep, deeper than most of us would be comfortable to go into, you are actually able to shift this former way of simply throwing yourself at every problem wholeheartedly. This is you genuinely and honestly throwing yourself into those your goals, towards the things that you desire with all of your energy. And in some ways, it almost feels repetitive, like you throw yourself into everything in such a way that you have needed a release from that. You've needed a release from some habitual habit or behavior that felt like it was a response to the sense of uh, a set of beliefs that were not yours. So you've thrown yourself uh, at a new set of beliefs, a new journey, a new way of pouring your all into everything, and having received a number of wounds and damages as a result, until you have hit upon something that allows you to change the story, that allows you to figure out how to succeed. in some particular way. And this is in the area of your relationships. And I feel for you that your relationships are an area of a lot of satisfaction for you, but an area where you need a lot of space to process what you're experiencing. You are used to being outside of the circle, and in that way, there is a way that you use your activity to escape from that sense of not fitting in. And you are now turning that corner. This ability to accept all of you, to not reject any part, particularly the parts that are shameful or guilty, is what's helping you to actually achieve your goals in this time. It is by modeling wholeness that you're communicating an unconditional self-love. And that is what is moving you into this area of responsibility for the actions of others. And here we are returned to the Emperor card, where we started. And that Emperor is clarified by the Knight of Coins. What I love about this card is that you're moving at your own pace now. You're not on anyone else's agenda or plan or timeline. You are cultivating your own vision, and you're figuring out how to get there one step at a time, particularly as you seem to be taking responsibility for others and modeling something for others. You are really pulling back from this customary habit of high energy investment in everything that you do, so that you are pacing yourself. You want to be able to sustain this for a long time, particularly as you are setting up new practices for yourself, a new collaboration, a new set of goals that have a broader impact than what efforts you've made before. So it's very necessary for you not to look too deeply into the future, to allow the next steps to emerge daily within the space that you're in, within the present moment, and to allow yourself to flow into that energy. And simply proceed one step at a time. It doesn't mean that you don't have a big goal, but it does mean that how you're going to get there is possibly different from how you've gotten there in the past. And I'm going to finish this reading, Scorpio, with a crystal oracle, and hope that this has been helpful to you. A lot fell out. So I saw first the agate card. And it's interesting because its counsel is get back into balance. And I think this may be referring to your customary routine style of approaching a big project, and the way that your self-acceptance is now counseling you to take it at your own pace. Move at your pace, not at the pace that this goal seems to be urgent, to urge you forward. Really sit with who you are, what you can do, and allow the present confab of energies direct your next step. If you've enjoyed this content, please check this out. And until next time, Scorpio, namaste.